Unit 5, Lesson 5, Activity 2. Investigating liquid volume. Remember, liquid volume is the measure of the space a liquid occupies within an object. So think about the liquid volume for each of these things. When I go to the store and I buy milk in a large plastic jug, I'm buying 1 gallon worth of milk. Milk in an individual carton is 1 pint or a half pint. And juice in a large carton is half gallon or 2 quarts. Look at the top of page 181 in your student book. Liquid volume. We're looking at cup, fluid ounce, quart, pint, and gallon. In the customary system, the primary unit of liquid volume is a cup. 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. 4 cups equals 1 quart. 2 cups equals 1 pint. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. We are now going to create a table in your journals. And that table is going to look like this. Down the side, I'm going to skip a line and then I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to write 1 gallon. Below that, I will write 1 quart. Below that, 1 pint. I'm working my way to the smallest unit. 1 cup and 1 fluid ounce. I'm going to draw a straight line going down. Now along the top line, the line that I skipped now, I'm going to write the word gallons. Draw a line down. Quarts. Draw a line down. Pints. Draw a line down. Cups. Drawing my line down. And fluid ounces. I'm going to draw my line under my headers. Now we're going to fill in this chart. So 1 gallon equals 1, right? Can a quart equal a gallon? No. Can a pint? Nope. Can a cup? Can a fluid ounce? So nothing else here can equal 1 gallon. How many quarts are in 1 gallon? Well, there's 4 quarts in a gallon, and then there's 1 quart. For pints in a gallon, there are 8 pints, 2 pints and a quart, and then 1 pint and a pint. On cups, there are 16 cups in a gallon, 4 cups in a quart, 2 cups in a pint, and 1 cup in a cup. For fluid ounces, there are 128 fluid ounces in a gallon, 32 ounces in a quart, 16 fluid ounces in a pint, 8 fluid ounces in a cup, and 1 fluid ounce and 1 fluid ounce. This is to show the relationship among the units of liquid volume. Note that the relationships are shown in rows from left to right. For some people, this might be a great way to remember how many quarts are in a gallon or how many pints are in a gallon. But there's another way, and I want to show that to you today. You've learned in the past all about Gallon Man. Well, I have a little story to tell you. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to draw it out. Since I started a new page, I'm going to need to write Activity 2 again at the top. And I'm going to also write Unit 5, Lesson 5, just so that I remember this is still part of the page before. So, once there was a kingdom named G. And in that kingdom of G, there were 4 queens. Each queen had 2 princes and 2 princesses. Sorry, I misspoke. Each queen had a prince and a princess. Oops, it's a P. Each prince and princess had 2 crowns. This is a way that I learned how many cups, how many pints, how many quarts were in a gallon. So in the land of G, 4 queens, each had a prince and a princess. Each prince and princess had 2 crowns. So there are 4 quarts, which is QT, equals 1 gallon. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints that equal 1 gallon. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cups that equal 1 gallon. I actually use this in my kitchen. I have drawn a picture of this up on my board on my refrigerator, and I use this on a daily basis. So if Gallon Man is something that you remember, you can continue to use that. Or if you like this Land of G, go ahead and use that as well. One thing that I like about Land of G is I can also see how many pints are in a quart. There's 2 pints. That equals 1 quart. How do I know this? there's 2 P's inside of a Q. I know that there are 4 cups in 1 quart. How do I know this? Well, I have 4 C's inside of my Q. One last thing before you go ahead and answer questions 15 through 20 in your book. We're going to do some abbreviations so that you have a reference when you see them in a book or on a test. Abbreviations for liquid volume. We have fluid ounce, which equals FL and then a new word, OZ. Those stand for fluid ounces. Quart is QT. Cup is C. Gallon is GAL. Why can't I just use a G there? Well, if you remember from our metric system, G stood for grams. So be careful when you're converting and you make sure that you use GAL for gallons and not just the letter G. For pint is PT. There are 2 other ways that we measure volume. These are not necessarily liquid volume, but we use these when we measure dry ingredients. And they are the words tablespoon. Almost every recipe requires tablespoons or teaspoons. A tablespoon is TBSP. And a teaspoon, the difference, is TSP. So there's no B in teaspoon. So tablespoon is TBSP, teaspoon is TSP. When reading any sort of recipe, you're going to see abbreviations more than you will see the word written out. Go ahead in your student book and answer questions 15 through 19 on page 181. Do this now.